man, a lot has happened, you know. We started the year very properly, you know.
Yeah.
Then a lot of potholes were there, like you know, Kampala has had a lot of potholes, as you've been seeing.
I agree.
Like things are shaking up, you know. Like we tried to march to Parliament. Man.
I'm from a beautiful place, the Pearl of Africa. Hailing with a 256, it's in my blood. That's a gem where the mountains rise. With stories untold, the tapestry of cultures unfolding, so vibrant and bold. A symphony of stars, a celestial light. The drums beating, echoing through the night. Just like a beacon of light, a reflection that's coming up from the Nile. I'm flowing straight into the heart of Africa with timeless stories untold. Sup, dog?
But I've never done a countdown. But today. Kali, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's get it. Welcome once again to the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. On this podcast where I bring your guests, the famous people, celebrities, our regular people, and our day-to-day people to come on here to share a story about their life, their journey, and whatever they do. So today, I'm very honored to have the one and only Mike Mungu in the building. Welcome to the podcast, brother.
Yeah. Thank you, man. What's up? Thank you for having me. Really.
Yeah.
I feel like a superstar.
You are a superstar.
The way you've introduced me.
Yeah.
Bro.
I didn't know. I didn't do the like written introduction. But Boy Mandem.
Yeah.
Like, let's start from there. Like Boy Mandem, what does that mean to you?
I feel like Boy Mandem is just, I don't know. Okay, to be honest, I don't know how it came about.
Okay.
I was there in studio and then I was looking like for a producer tag because I produce my own music.
Okay.
So I didn't want to like go with Mike Mungu. I wanted to be a bit different. Yeah. So I went with Boy Mandem. Yeah. I like calling my fans Mandems. So Boy Mandem was like the right go-to. So yeah, Boy Mandem just came.
Is Boy Mandem the stage name or Mike Mungu is the stage name?
The stage name is Mike Mungu. Mike Mungu is the artist and Boy Mandem is the producer.
Okay.
So
all right.
Yeah.
I like that. I like Boy Mandem. It's just in a vibe, right? It's like it has a vibe. So you see Boy Mandem, you see the vibe is there. But I'm super excited to have you on the podcast. We're going to kick it. We're going to talk about music, life, everything about you, like what people don't know about you. And that's the good thing I like about podcasts because we get to sit down and you talk to your fans about things that they don't know and they hear it from you. And we get time to do all that. So I'm excited to see you here. One question I usually ask people, did you know about this podcast before you came on it?
Yeah, I actually did.
Okay.
I knew about the Ugandan Boy Talk, Ugandan
Boy Talk
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew about that. But I didn't know like that, you know, it was like heavy. So, but I started following it.
Yeah.
I started following it from my friend Angel.
Okay.
And I've been watching some episodes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really privileged to like be here.
Yeah.
I'm really thankful to be here. Who am I?
For all the listeners out there wondering who Mike Mungu is, if you go right now, you can even pause this podcast right now, go on your music streaming page and look up his name and the song. You might know the famous song Kajina. We're going to talk about all that today in the podcast. But yeah, he's a recording and performing artist out of Uganda. His music is amazing. I'm going to tell you that right away. But
Thank you so much, man.
Mike Mungu, I know those are short forms of your name. What's your full name?
My full name is Mungriek Michael. So I decided to cut those short and then see where it takes us.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. When you say the name Mungriek, where are you from? Like, where were you born?
I'm from northwestern Uganda.
Okay.
That's areas of Nebi. You know, so yeah, I'm an Alur. Okay. So that's where I'm from. So Mungriek is like God is clever, God is wise, God is great. You know, all those, whatever you prefer. Yeah. If you want to like bless me, just say God is, you know, God is Kawa.
Yeah.
So that's that's my parents blessed me with that. So Mungriek.
So do you have any songs in your language or you just basically just doing English songs?
I'm very comfortable singing English.
Okay.
And a bit of infusing, just a little bit of Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
But in my upcoming projects, I've been studying a lot because I can speak my own language.
Okay.
So I've been studying, how to like write it and how to like say it. So my upcoming projects, definitely you'll hear a few glimpses of, of Allure inside there.
Man, the style of your music, which we're gonna dive into, it's just unique, different. Nobody else does it the way you do it. I mean, there's some similarities that we'll talk about later on, but how did your music journey start?
Basically, I didn't know that I would, like do music. So what I can tell you about like my musical journey basically is that I was on an emotional trail. I'm a very emotional person, by the way. But I knew I could sing, yeah? Like I woke up like this, singing very well. So I knew I could do, different kinds of, like, I could imitate, let me say that. Like I could sing like Ed Sheeran, I could sing like Justin Bieber, like Mose Radio. I could imitate the way they were singing. So I wanted to like forge something like for my own.
Yeah.
So the emotional bit of it is about just the writing, and I find it comfortable like to put my emotions than in like music than talking about them. So when you get to put, to write down songs and actually record them, you can't just also keep them at home. You have to like upload them, and find ways of putting them out there. So just like that, I started, doing music, putting out music for my friends. And the journey started from there, and that's how I started, just doing music. But I have a very, very thick musical background that is, should I say it is family based? Because most of us at home, we are like indulged in music, It's like my elder brother is, a pianist. The brother I follow is a DJ. I'm an artist, My sister helps me write some music from time and time. So, and my parents were like in choir, in like gospel choirs and things like that. So I have to say, I feel like it was predetermined that, that this would like be my journey. So I liked singing at home, when I was young. I liked singing, but basically I wanted to like sing and look nice while doing it. Have you ever seen guys who sing and then they're trying to like hit sharp notes, but then their face doesn't look kawa? So so there was like a mirror that was like in front of our TV. So me, I wanted to like look nice while like hitting those high notes, But then, man, I just little did I know that I was training my vocals. You get? So so the musical journey just, I don't know. I feel like I didn't see it coming, but it started from somewhere, on small. I remember there was this time, there's like, we have like a veranda at home, where like it's a bit raised. So me, I used to like go and sing there, and I would hold like a stick, like a mic. I was like very small. And I would like visualize people, like shouting my name, chanting my name, what? So, man, I didn't have the thought at that time, like to be an artist or something like that. But at the end of it all, man, we are here.
Yeah, I like the behind the scenes, because a lot of people, like even me, I didn't know about that behind it, how you got to where you are. And we appreciate this music, but them listening to your journey to get to where you are, I think listening to this backstory, they'll give you a lot of respect on how you got here. And you saying like envisioning people in the background when you were like singing, now being able to do it, because I saw you perform that motive with a crowd behind you, and you've been performing different. How does that feel when you living the dream that you wanted to live?
I don't know. I don't want to say that I'm already living the dream.
Okay.
But I'm on the journey, to living the dream. And I feel like, but you're right though, the journey is the dream. Yeah. So I don't really think about it so much, I don't really like crediting myself a lot in Timan. Oliwakabi, kati okoze, stegera. Like you've reached there, I just absorb the moment as it comes. I'm performing, someone will scream my name. It's new to me, but I'll be like, hey, kawa. And after that, we move.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because I was watching a podcast, I think. No, you weren't on that podcast, but they were talking about you. I don't remember the name of the podcast. These guys sit on I think you shared it on your Instagram. That's where I saw it. But they were giving you praise that, man, you meet this guy and he's so excited to meet you. And that's literally what you did today. When you came to the studio, you were like, man, I'm happy to be here with a smile, not to brag. And I usually hope and pray that people will stay like that. Like even me, when somebody finds me, it's like, hey, this guy has this podcast, but you stay humble and you just yourself, even with the fame you have.
I really believe that humility takes you places. Like if you're disciplined, you may have the money, you may have what, but if you have the money, we need daru. I don't think you really going to go anywhere. You may reach somewhere, but the amount of people that are going to leave you will be more than the amount of people that you started with. Definitely. So humility, I feel like that's like the best thing you can ever have. And I'm proud to have it. It's one of the only things I'm proud to have. Tina saying humility.
It's funny you say that because Elijah Chitaka, and I saw you in studio with him. I'll ask you a little bit. He was in the same seat where you're sitting. He's been on my podcast, and I was telling him about how humble he is. Elijah Mulaba, like he has a hit song, a collaboration, but he's still down to earth guy.
He's so cool.
You guys, you talk, and he'll tell you what. Like even Apas, like people misinterpret Apas, but he's the same way. And I like that. I want artists today, Ugandan artists today, to put yourselves like way up there and things. And and your music connects a lot to people when you connect with the people themselves. Their music feeling it differently. And I think that's a new wave right now, because when you see your music, the relationship you have with your fans, that's why the fans are connecting with their music. And Elijah, the connection he has with the people, things like that. And I think that's the new way to do it.
I feel like it's the only way to go. You may become a superstar very fast, but then you won't feel it, like you become a superstar. People may know you, but then when you don't know people, it's very dangerous, And it's very dangerous.
You spoke about your friend Angel, and Angel said a line on the podcast that I was sharing behind the scenes. She said, like, I want people to know my content before they know me, because like that means a lot to her. And she, but like, because and I was saying, like, I listened to your song Kajina before even we connected. It's a good song, and I'm like, hey. And then when I got to connect to you, but we were talking about the EP behind the scenes. I've been listening to that the whole of last week, not because I was gonna have you on the podcast. I mean, I was listening it a lot before, but when I knew I was gonna have a conversation with you, I like to do that. I like to connect with your music, listen to it, and maybe that helps me to have this connection, to be able to have a conversation with you, because I connected with your music.
I basically feel like people are different, and there's that saying of let the music speak for itself. I'm not going to go around with the streets like these pastors. I'm not throwing shade. I'm not going to go around the streets, just saying that, man, I'm a hard guy, you should listen to this, what. I feel like let the music speak for itself. From Angel's view, she would want people to know the content before her. But from my view, growing up, I've been really like an introvert, and it has impacted on me a lot. So I've been trying to change. So I feel like the more people know about me, the better. Understand? The better. So if people know me for who I am, and this guy is humble, he's like this, then the music slaps different. Understand? Of course, I can't meet everybody, but the few will spread the word, So I feel like that's
I like your perspective, and it's pretty good to the way you look at it, and it works for you too in that way. But I was reading an article too, I think it was in the newspaper, that says, has Uganda found its sound? Like when you listen, when you listen to that music,
that's
like,
I like that headline. I like that headline. There's some hard guy who was there. I was like, man, as Uganda found its sound. I was like, man, this guy must be, must be hard.
Yeah.
So, but he's a hard guy. I was the one on that, on that. When I saw that the headline of the papers, I was like, man, has Uganda found its sound? I even asked myself that question. I was like, have they found that sound? So, man. So, okay, when I saw it, I actually saw it late, because it was a Friday paper, and I saw it like it was like Friday night. That's why my caption on IG was like, you guys didn't judge me, like guys didn't tell me anything. Guys read the papers, and I was wondering, what's the many for DMing me, for like talking to me, for getting closer. I was like, man, maybe I've made it in life. Cool, the papers were shining.
Yeah.
So, man. But when I saw it, I was really grateful, very speechless. I was like, man, I just performed at Lugogo Cricket, grounds for my first time.
Nice.
Opening for Rick Hassani from Nigeria. So it was really nice. It was opening my year. It opened this year for me. And I feel like that headline, has Uganda found its sound? I don't know. Me, I found mine, and I would love to share it with the rest of the world. So if my sound is the one that they have found, me have no problem. Me as me.
Yeah.
But so it's really nice.
That's the reason why I'll bring it up on the podcast, because when I saw it too, I'm sure it made the same impact. I was like, even like I read that after I listened to your music, and your music has a different taste. Like, this is Mike Mungu's voice. I think for me now, I can tell, like, this is Mike Mungu. At the time when we used to listen to music, you can tell that is Alicia Keys, this is Drake, this is who.
Yeah.
When you don't sing them, but like just listening to it, like that's the same thing. You can just hear like this is Mike Mungu's voice. Like for me, that your voice sounds unique. Obviously, I will not compare it, but like similarity to like the likes of Elijah Chitaka, people who you've actually worked with, Joshua Baraka, and it's like a combination of all that. And that's the thing, like Epas also said, like when you're doing music, you learn from different people. You can pick from Elijah, you can pick from Joshua Baraka, you can pick from Epas, and then you make your own thing with a combination of that, which is not bad. But I feel like, to me, I think Uganda has. If it's a question to answer, I think they have found it.
Thank you, man.
I think they have found it.
Thank you, man. I don't know if guys answered, but I feel like we are there. We are there, and
I think that would be one of my captions on Instagram too. Like, just put up a poll: has Uganda really found its sound? And when people listen to your music, it's really good, and we're gonna focus on that. But I want to ask. Oh yeah, I was talking about that because you say, and your music blends up with pop, R&B, hip hop, in form of the Afro vocaloid music. Like, you combine all that into to make your own music. What was your breakthrough? Like, what do you say this was my breakthrough? This is how I came out, the world to know me.
My breakthrough, I would, like I said earlier on, I don't think I've made it yet.
Okay.
But my breakthrough, okay, let me say now that I've had different breakthroughs, and I feel like my very, very first breakthrough was when I understood that I had to produce my own music, to make sure that I can sound the way I do. Because you know how Ugandan music is and has been building, there's a way how you like, it was not, it wasn't suitable to me, I wasn't comfortable going to a producer and saying, this is what I want, because necessarily or unnecessarily, or like just there, you leave the session when you don't exactly get what you want. Yeah. So I just started production, in lockdown 2020, started, putting things together, and man, it came about, and out of the blue, were there. So that was my breakthrough, knowing that knowing that I can produce my own music and be comfortable, you know.
Yeah.
I don't really care if people would say that I don't like his music, because I make music to be liked.
Yeah.
So from the production perspective, there's nothing that you can take away from me, because I make the beat, I'm going to, you know, voice on it. And so at the end of it all, I feel like that makes me very comfortable.
Yeah.
Knowing that I don't have to, you know, derail. Though I work with, you know, producers here and there who I really like, you know, their work. But I feel like that was my breakthrough. Yeah. Knowing that I can combine different sounds, you know, Afro, you know, Vocaloid music.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's a definitely good answer. And actually, that reminds me of, you retweeted a tweet from Khalid, and he was saying, I'm not an artist who intends on making hits. I'm an artist who wants to connect, an artist who wants to be introspective. If it finds you and you love it, then my job is complete. And I feel like that's exactly what you just explained to us right now.
Yeah, if you listen to my music and you feel like you have found your sound, then man, there's no problem with, you know, us continue. Yeah, we just continue, bro. I don't want to be like, I hate the narrative of, you know, going to studio and waking up and saying, I need a banger. You know, like, I need to create a banger.
Yeah.
Like, your music will lose, it loses its narrative, you know? You know how wine is, like, the longer you brew it, the sweeter it tastes.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you should give yourself time. And the moment you understand who you are musically, then you'll get your bangers. Yeah.
That is true. I was listening to a song. I don't know if you're the one who made it. Echiribera Mugulu. Is it one of your songs?
That was a song that I made with Dennis. It's on Dennis's album.
Okay.
I think it's the last song. It was a really nice session, actually. Yeah. It was me exploring, you know, new things.
Okay.
So we created that sample. And echiribera mugulu chiriwa kusanyuka wamma.
Is that like a gospel song, or it's just the title of it?
That was the direction.
Okay.
So I would call it, I can call it a gospel song. I think it is a gospel song. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but I think it can.
I've seen guys use it for campaign too. You know, Juma was a Barunya, the guy. Or whatever. Wow. But I listened to that. I grew up singing that song too. I grew up in church, so it stuck out to me, and I was like, I need to ask him about it. Or they did a remake of that, or what the intentions were with that song. So, but then you go ahead, and my big focus today was about your future projects and your EP that came out. Was it released? Yeah. When did you release the EP? October 19th, last year or this year?
Yeah, last year.
Okay.
October 19th, last year, yeah.
But you had that song made, the Kajina song came first before the EP, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It came first before the EP, yeah. As a single. So it was, so the whole journey, I actually made most of the songs on the EP before Kajina.
Okay.
It was, I think it was in 2000, I feel like I'm already an old artist.
2020. 2020 you had mine.
20,
was it
20? Actually, 2022 I had mine.
Okay.
I didn't make that one. I just voiced it.
Okay.
It was produced by Ibrahim Solo.
Okay.
So when he made it, I just went, I voiced it. So with stacking of vocals, because I wanted to like do this music thing. So that's the time when I started exploring. So like after making mine, like a month later, we put it out, and then Sheila Gashumba, you know, reached out. She's like, hey, this is a very nice song. You know, she posted it on like all her platforms. That day was crazy.
See, that's the answer you'd have told me. That was a breakthrough right there. That feels like a breakthrough right there.
Like I said, I have my small breakthroughs.
Okay.
But when she posted it on her platforms and I think that was like, I felt like, I'm like, this is my first song. Yeah. And it's not really one of the most rated best songs in the world. But to me, at that point, you couldn't tell me anything.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't tell me anything. I was like, yeah. So when she posted it, I reached out, I texted her, on Snap. I'm like, hi, my name is Mike Mungu. She's like, yeah, I know you. This song is yours. So she was like, she asked me, we had a brief conversation, and I told her I make music. I just put it out for my friends. And she told me I should take it seriously. And so, yeah, that's how I started the musical thing. So I started to indulge in a lot of, research, making production, looking for my sound, what I wanted to do, me as me, So from there, I realized that I'm more of a soulful person, an R&B guy. But from time to time, I would get out, and do, chidandali things here and there. Yeah, so from there, from 2022 after mine, I started doing different performances, in different bars, branches around Kampala. So from there, it was my brother who was helping me. DJ Hades is a guy I follow.
Okay.
He was helping me, get these connections. He used to tell me, talk to people, although you don't have music, these people you need them to listen to the music when it gets, very serious. So I used to perform in, on market days. I remember there's a market day, Tubayo at Motive I performed. That's how I met A-Pass.
Okay.
And then there was another lecture, like for an hour. He's telling me. He actually watched my performance, So, from there.
What are some of the things that A-Pass told you?
He told me that I need to work on presence, on musical presence as an artist. You may just put out music, but then wenga muimbi, or you have to feel that, because music is like a job, it's like you're selling a product. So for people to understand the products that you're selling, they have to know you.
Yeah.
Understand? So that is the kind of thing that he was telling me about, So that's how I got the idea. He's the one who told me about the idea of, reaching out to podcasts, like do different things. It's not just about releasing music and performing the songs.
Like put yourself
so he
out
told
there.
Me about music. Yeah. He told me about musical presence. He told me mostly about not just being an artist. You need to be defined. Like, who are you? Yeah. You need to know yourself first of all before you sell anything,
Yeah.
Even showing yourself out there. So yeah, there was a lot we talked about. Yeah, he's a really, really, really funny guy.
He's funny.
Really funny.
He's funny, but intelligent. Like, that's how I describe him. Like, when it's time to play, he will play. When it's time to do music, he's going to be serious like with music.
Yeah. Yeah. And so from there, he became my very good friend, And from there, he's one of the people who I met first, as like the Ugandan artists who have groomed, the industry. He's one of the people I met first. And from there, I just kept on focusing on myself.
Yeah.
So I started to put together a project, because in the industry right now, and from then, there's been, people won't take you exactly seriously if you don't put out like a project, People feel like they don't know you. You can be like a guy who is like releasing bangers, but you have to come from somewhere, So I put my creativity into, producing an EP. Yeah. So by this time I'd learned some production, Joshua was helping me, and he would teach me small tricks.
Yeah.
And here this is how, according to my sound. Yeah. So from there, I remember the first song I made was Be By Me.
I love that song.
Yeah, Be By Me. Yeah. It was the very first song I made, and most of the things I write about me, they've either happened or they're like bound to happen.
Right.
So if you listen to Be By Me, it has, motive, you need shopping, what?
Right. I take you shopping a motive.
Meet guy, what? So these are places I go to, So it's just a musical love story that I started building. So when I did Be By Me, I had assistance from a producer called Clean. So we produced that project together, and it was the first song that, that came out. So it was the first song that we made. So prior to, I think, 2023, that's now at the beginning, we made Risky next. Yeah.
That's
so
another
Risky
good
was
song.
Produced by Joshua.
That's another good song. So
Risky
if you're listening to this, you need to tap on it. Oh yeah, go ahead.
So Risky was produced by Joshua Baraka. I remember I wanted to, I wrote the song first, but then I wanted to like indulge, I wanted to test a different sound. So I liked Joshua's production. So I was like, we need to like work on something, So I went to him and I just sang for him what I wanted, and he produced the whole concept, man. He like pushed down everything. I didn't even tell him how to do anything.
Yeah.
He just produced the whole thing. We voiced. The way you hear it, that's how the thing was.
Good.
Like in day one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I'd written most of these songs like a long time ago. So if you listen to Risky, if you like Risky, then you should like, no offense, but you should check on yourself.
Yeah.
Like what's going on. You should check on yourself, really. Like, I think the next song I produced was Let Me Know. I wanted something that was very soft, something that would end the EP, something that was just there. And then the next song I produced was Tulintinda. Yeah. So all these were different, happened in different months. Yeah. From the specs of 2022 to 2023.
Yeah.
As just putting together things. And then Kajina last. So that's how, the EP came about.
So I'm going to ask you about the two songs. You talked about Risky and Be By Me, the behind the scenes. The song Tulintinda, like what was behind that song Tulintinda? Even the title itself.
Tulintinda. So I was in a night out at Patio. Patio used to have performances, yeah? People used to like go and perform the Patio Stars. That's what it was called. So it was some cool night. It had just opened, it was a nice place, to be at. So I won't lie, I was having some issues, here and there with some baby. And so, Patio is in Intinda. Yeah? So I wrote the song that night at Patio. I remember, actually, the artist that was performing at that time was Lamu. Yeah, it was Lamu performing. It was live band. So the temperature, the room, and at that point, artists normally we get inspiration, and then you can't help yourself.
Right.
So you just go for it. So Tulintinda, man, there's some chick who was spinning my head. Like things were not straight. Yeah. So I felt like if I made a song for what I was going through at that time, then it would make sense. Like I told you earlier on, I'm not really good at talking about things like personally. Yeah. Like about my life. I can't really be able to open up to you.
Yeah.
So I find it easier to like put it down in songs. Yeah. So that's how it came about.
Okay. Yeah, I really like that song. I like that song Tulintinda.
Yeah. A lot of people actually like that song.
So,
a lot.
But I feel like, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like a lot of people also connect with Kajina. And that was the next song I was going to ask you, Kajina, because, hey, pretty baby. Or tell us the behind the story of that song, like how you came about to write it.
So Kajina was I made the beat, in 2022. So I wanted a feel good song, I wanted something that was like that they would play in the club, something that people would sing to, and something that ladies would like, because I mean, why doing music if ladies don't like it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was the kind of the niche. Yeah. So when I voiced it, I remember I voiced it in Kalangala. I went with my brother, and then we voiced it from there. So we just put down a few ideas, and then we came back to Kampala, and then that's how we arranged the song, and then we put it together. So Kajina was a really nice song, and to be honest, I wasn't going through anything at that time. Like I was in the right headspace, I was not in a relationship. For people who may wonder, like I was just, at my creativity, time. So yeah, when I made the song, we produced the beat, we put it down and, mixed, mastered, and then we just put it out. It was one of those things that felt right, That's why it came out fast out of the EP. It just felt right after we made it. And that's how Kajina came about.
No, that's a good story too behind it. The other question I want to ask is a tricky question. Because I know you love all your songs on the EP. But what's the one song you feel like you connect with the most? I know you love all your songs. And that's a disclaimer. You love all your songs, but what's the one song you connect with the most on the EP?
It's Be By Me. I don't have any other song that connects with me more than Be By Me. I love performing it. I love talking about it. It meant a lot when I was writing it with my sister. So yeah, Be By Me is the one for me.
I feel like...
I'm sorry if you like to Tinda or Kajina.
Yeah. I like Kajina. I like Risky. And then Be By Me.
Yeah.
All those. But again, I'm saying like you can't just listen to one song. When you listen to one, you're gonna want to listen to all the other songs. Like it's never happened. Like because you listen to this and then the other ones are good too. Like, and again, I want to remind you when you're listening to this podcast today, like if you've never tapped in on Mike Mungu's music, go check it out. Go check it out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any place that streams music, you'll find his music there and check it out. I feel like your EP gives that old school R&B kind of vibe. What drove you to that, like to do the music in that kind of style?
I listen to a lot of old school. To write my music and to sing. I'm really a big fan of Mario, Tank. I listen to a lot of R&B old school, Shanti. I listen to a lot of Kelly Rowland. So I groove a lot, to that kind of thing, Verse Simons and all those. So I like that feel. I feel like those guys made music very simple, that you can sing along to it on a feel-good beat. So it's evident in the music that I make, that old school comes along very well, So I would like to show people that we are coming from somewhere, but then we are going somewhere else, So that's why I think that answers your question.
Yep, definitely. And I do love old school R&B because we grew up on that in high school back those days, and it was different. Actually, the R&B right now, even like with the American music and stuff, it's a little different from what they used to do back then. So when somebody takes you back in that kind of voice and style, it's like it's chill. Like, it's a song you'll sit down and chill with your friends and just like have a good time,
I mean, I agree with you. Old school is dope. They'll play that, those things in the club and you'll be like, bro, guy takes you properly. So old school it's really late.
When you were telling us the story about the song Tuli Ntinda, you mentioned an artist that you were watching at Pato, Lamu. And Lamu has a Infinity EP that you just shared on your social media. Shout out to Lamu. And on that EP, you have a song with her. Tell us about that song and another shout out to Lamu Sounds.
So the song is the EP is called Infinity EP. It's called Again, featuring her. Lamu is one of the I don't know. She's one of the best human beings that you could ever have as a friend. She has a vibe. She's a very, I don't know. She's one of also the funniest people I've met in my life. So she's very funny, by the way. She has jokes, the way she talks. So Lamu she's just, she's a really nice person to be around. So I have always wanted to work with her. So we did this song in 2023, earlier, like around January. That was also the time when I was putting together my EP. So again, Lamu came through to studio. And then it was produced by Clean, the producer again. So the whole session was just vibey.
Yeah.
I think it's one of my best sessions I've ever had in my life so far. She's, like I said, she's really, we played Kwepe now in studio. Like we did a lot of things, man. We did a lot of things. Like it was very jolly, I'm telling you. So again was just wanted to put out a love story, about something that happened between two people and it ended, but then they're not sure where they left it off, So the lyrics are just about highlighting issues that, that we face together. And then, so that's how Again comes about. So, I mean, can we do it again?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Lamu Sounds, and make sure you also go support and show love to our new EP. And that's what we love to do. We love to support each other. And the podcast is out here. One of the things I say, remind people, is like we rise by lifting each other. So when you lift me, I lift you.
Yeah.
And that's how we're going to go up together. But yeah, we've talked a lot about your music. But before I leave your music, are you like have any interest of signing under any record label, or you just want to do your own thing?
Yeah, a few have reached out. But if we can work out a good deal that's favorable, then I'm not really a fan of, I don't know how to say it, but I want to be very free as I'm doing my music. It's why I have this music. It's why I'm proud to call myself different from sound that is out there. So if I can be able to make music the way I do and not much changes, then I don't think there'll be a problem. If you can reach a very good deal, I'm open, man. I'm open.
Definitely. There's also another tweet that you did. You tweeted and said, please, and please, when you're listening to my music, forget about any other artist you've ever listened to. It's you and I now. We are communicating.
Forget.
Yeah.
I don't want, I don't want, if you're going to listen to my music, don't start comparing me to, I mean, it's you, it's your life. You can go and be like, oh, this guy sings like this. That's okay. Yeah. But if you're listening to me, first give it a benefit of doubt and think about where I'm from, this guy is Ugandan. Oh, okay. He's Mike Mungu. Oh, if that's your first time listening to me, you can be like, oh, yeah. So, I mean, all your opinions should be based on what you've heard. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to overjazz. I don't want to overfight people.
But no, I like it. It's like when you're listening to me, I need your full attention.
Yeah.
You're here. We're communicating.
Yeah.
So don't take your minds off anything. Just stay focused.
Don't come thinking about other people, man. Oh, Mike Mungu has dropped here. I don't know if his project will be better than... Man, you've come to listen to me. It's like I've invited you to my house. I've invited you to my house to, to drink and eat, You may even shower from my house. I don't expect you to come and start saying, hey, guy, your shower the other guy's shower is better than yours, bro. Bro, why did you accept the invitation if you're going to come and start jazzing for me?
Exactly.
So I feel like that's when music can be enjoyed best, If you let aside all your differences and sorrows,
Yeah.
Though when you listen to my music, first put the sorrows there.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of toxic things that are coming that are going to talk to a lot of people, including you, but you're going to, so.
So we're going to talk about a little bit about your life and all the other stuff. Maybe they're not connected to music, but I noticed on Instagram, you don't use captions. Why?
I don't use captions.
Yeah. I don't know why. When I was looking at it, there were no captions on your Instagram, on your post. Let me double check.
I feel like the captions are there, man. I don't know.
Okay. No, they are. I don't know where. Or maybe I was opening it. Yeah, no, they are. They are. I think I was looking at it on maybe the PC and I didn't see them. But yeah, I was because I couldn't see them on the bottom. Because when I talk to people, I like captions. So when I scroll, I did not see them. But I think it was either the network or whatever I was using. But you went ahead to do and you released the video of Kajina. How was it shooting the visuals for Kajina?
That was it was scary.
Was that your first video?
Yeah, it's my first video.
Okay.
It was all about putting a face on the artist, but how we did it was, the thing. People rate Kajina very highly. So the audio, So I was tired of, going to places and then I'm performing. Then when I reach Kajina, performing Kajina, guys are like, oh, and guys are singing along and what and things like that. So I was like, man, let's first put, at least a face on this song. And then, so that's how the idea, came about.
Mm-hmm.
But then on the day of shooting, a lot of crazy things happened, Me and my manager were up and down, she was, it was a crazy day.
Mm.
But it was exciting. It was exciting at the end of it all, knowing that a camera is just a camera,
Mm-hmm.
and what it captures is what exactly it's going to portray. So it's all about you, So it was a very nice love story, and I wanted to be very, very, very intimate,
Mm-hmm.
with this song because I really like this song, So I hit up one of my friends, and then, she was, welcome to do it. She's called Sharon. She's a DJ actually.
Okay.
So she was very, very excited to do it. And I was like, oh yeah, so let me fill you in. And yeah, so that's how it was,
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to just do the song,
Right.
So I felt really nice, shooting the video.
No, that was good, and the video turned out pretty good. It goes along very well with the song and connects really good. And if you've not checked out the video, it's up on YouTube. Go check it out and watch it. You're very active on X, and you like to connect with people, and you post on there. There's a few tweets that I'm going to ask you about that I want you to tell me. Well, you say all women do is lie, and the hashtag is new music. What was that statement? Did somebody lie to you, or were you letting us know about new music coming up?
Bro, I'm pushing music. The hashtag is new music.
Okay.
Bonnie. we're going to find out in a few days.
Okay.
Like, we are pushing something.
Okay.
So, man, all women do is lie. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my view. Those are my experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
is it something you've gone through?
Never lied. Yeah, it's something I've gone through, and when you listen to the song that's coming out, it's going to portray that.
Okay, it's just so it's a future project. It's coming out. It's not yet out, right?
Yeah, it's actually dropping on the 5th of September.
Nice, Mori Day.
And it's featuring a female Kenyan artist.
Ooh.
So I'm really excited about this one.
Nice. Yeah, we can.
I'm going to stop there, Bonnie, because you're over extorting information.
That's what we do on podcasts. We just get the information. But also, you said, what day did you say? You said 5th of
September.
That's the date that I saw. I was going to ask you about that because you just posted a date on Facebook and just put it there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that answers it.
A lot of people were asking. They're like, yo, what's happening on this date?
Yeah.
I was lying to some of them that this is my birthday.
Yeah.
But my mom asked me what's happening. You know, I was like, that's the day we are starting exams. So I was like, so I mean.
The other tweet I was gonna ask you was I lost her, and this time I think it's for good. Was that something you're going through that you shared with the world, or what was going on there?
Man, a lot has happened. We started the year very properly. Then a lot of potholes were there. Like Kampala has had a lot of potholes, as you've been seeing.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
Like things are shaking up. Like we tried to march to Parliament. Man. I can. I'm not throwing shade, but a lot of things are not going our way. So I think, man, we are losing out.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk a lot about it, but we are there. we there.
Akategede. Mike, it's been amazing to just sit down and talk music, talk about your life, laugh. And it's really dope to get to listen to you, the man behind all the music that's making all the Kampala girls stand on tippy toes. Like,
bro.
Hey,
bro.
Tawakana.
We're trying.
Yeah.
We are trying.
But I have 3 questions that I want to ask you as we wrap this thing up. Also, if there is anything I've not asked you that you'd want to share with the audience, you can let them know about that.
I don't know, man. If you want to know more about me, just reach out.
Or listen to my music.
Go listen to my music.
You said you don't open up very well. You put everything in the music. If you want to know about me, listen to my music. I put everything in there.
If you want to know about me, just it's going to be a crazy day for me. I like saying these are my last days in Famous.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to know me, you need to know me now, bro.
Yeah,
like talk to me now.
I think there's a song about that. Yeah, if you want to know me now. Yeah. I think there's a song I think I know that says those words. But yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
Yeah, and there's not really much not to know. I mean, just listen to the music. I'm an artist, in Kampala, Uganda, and we're going places.
The questions that I'm going to ask you: what's a life lesson you've learned in life to this point?
That not everything comes on a silver platter. You have to work for things.
Yeah.
And at the end of it all, you cannot really sit back and hope that something's going to happen for yourself. I've had a lot of ups and downs, and to be who I am, I had to to be the artist I am, I had to start producing and putting things together. So you're not going to get handouts, or if you're getting handouts, it's not going to be for long, because that time is going to come where people will be like, this guy is not really what we thought he was,
The other question is, what gets you excited about life?
The fact that we can be happy when we want.
Yeah, that's true.
The fact that we can be happy when we want, you can just decide and say, I don't know. You can just do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And me doing music makes me happy.
Yeah.
I feel like in my past life, I was an artist. The
final question, and this is the signature question for the podcast. Who would you like to see on this podcast next as a guest? And you're going to help me to get a person here.
I'm going to help you get the person. I would like to see Bowman Arimwachi.
Okay.
He's an artist. He's an artist in Uganda. And yeah, he's a very, very, very excellent. He has very good music.
Okay.
You may say I put women on their toes. That guy gives them wings. So yeah.
That's a good one.
So man, you should Bowman Arimwachi.
All right.
I mean
Bowman.
And I'll help you get him here.
All right.
Definitely.
Bowman. So yeah. You're next. You got next, like they say. Anyway, Mike, it's very good to connect with you, get to know you, work with you, and having you on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm sure my listeners and your fans will appreciate getting to know a little bit about you that they may not know and connect with your music. Once again, show him love for support. His music is out there. He's pretty good. I'm telling you, I've listened to the song a lot, to his music a lot, and you will like it. And when you listen, tell somebody else about it. You can't just keep the good things to yourself, just share it. Hey there, my name is Bonnie Chibuka, the podcast host of the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. Thanks for watching and listening to my podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Also, leave a feedback on this podcast because that's how we grow. Thank you very much and be blessed.
Hey, yo guys, what's up? It's Mike Mungu here, an artist in Kampala, Uganda, and I just did the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. And you guys should check in when this episode drops. And we talked about music, my music. We talked about a lot. If you want to know more about me and more about the Ugandan Boy Talk Show, you guys should check in and fill in the comment section, subscribe and support.